Hello and welcome. This is episode 13 of my NFL preview show. This one I'll pick the winner of the NFC East for the upcoming season. Um, I was going back and forth between Eagles and Cowboys. I ultimately decided Philadelphia Eagles as my prediction because they're the ones that have been to two Super Bowls in recent memory. And 2 seasons ago, they won the Super Bowl, stopping the Kansas City Chiefs three-peat. They're the ones. Really strong on defense. Lost some pieces, but also signed Reek Woolen and brought in John Grenard for an already powerhouse unit with Cooper DeJean, Jalen Carter, and Zach Bond. You know, the offense lost A.J. Brown, but they brought in Dontavian Wicks and drafted Makai Lemon, plus looking for Saquon Barkley to bounce back, which is strange to say because he had a really good season last year. But, maybe like more so the form of 2 years ago, not even quite that much if he's better than last year. Plus, they got Jalen Hurts. He wins the big games. He's won the Super Bowl. He's got that earring. He reminds me of the pirate from Game of Thrones. Do you know who I'm talking about? Like he meets with like the dwarf, and then like they get him on board like for the mission, so he can get with the queen. Everybody wants to get with Queen Cersei, but only Jamie gets to like really get with her. So taking the Eagles. Cowboys was considering Cowboys. Defense is still a question for me. They made a change to the unit. It's a brand new unit. The guys they drafted, I don't know what they're gonna do. Rashawn Gary, he's solid. He's all right. He's a pretty good player. But still got questions about running back. Javonte Williams, he's all right. I love the receivers and the quarterback. That's not the issue. But if they're a step behind and the defense is similar or just a little better, I don't think they can surpass Philadelphia. Washington Commanders lost Tunsil for the year. There's been some devastating injuries already in training camp, making me rethink my Saints pick with Ryan Brzee and them losing one of their guards. Kobe Bryant broke his leg. He's out for 4 to 6 months. Cade Mays, the center of the Lions, is out. The Panthers have had some devastating injuries. The Falcons lost their edge for the year, and they have to deal with a suspension. So these training camp injuries, and the Washington Commanders got a real bad one with Tunsil, their left tackle, missing out. That being said, they're still looking good, bringing in Diggs and McLaurin and Daniels. That offense could still be scary. I don't like them more than Philly or Dallas with the defense. Like, they brought in some new guys, but still some of the same guys. I don't know if the new guys will make that big of a difference on defense. And then, last but not least, New York Giants. Another season where they're getting a lot of hype before the year starts, and it's a historic franchise that's won Super Bowls in the past with Eli Manning. And of course, I really did enjoy those Super Bowl victories. Jackson Dart, he's been dealing with concussions, so that was a lot of concussions last year. So maybe not the right time for them. He's still kind of young, and it's still a young team, and the running back's young, and Malik Neighbors is young and coming off injury. I put them in fourth place. I'm not buying any of the hype, but I think they'll be last in the division and just like a younger team that's not ready to take that next step. So taking and started rooting for the Eagles. Also going to be rooting for the Cowboys. It was hard for me to decide, me being a lifetime Cowboys fan, but the Eagles have been getting it done, winning the division the last 2 years, so I predict they'll make it 3 in a row. Thank you so much for watching.